Well, hello. This feels very weird. So, anyway, as a young person who wants to become a YouTuber, because that seems to be the job that is all the rage, I am at that stage where I am just posting random stuff to see, what my audience likes. So I'm just experimenting. So, this is my first, video of me, I guess, talking to the camera. And it honestly feels weird as hell. But I am going to be reading you guys this. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a book from roughly 2015, 2017, no, 2016. I think it was written in 2016. Anyway, when I was young, I was very into Minecraft role-playing, as well as, I'm sorry I keep touching my hair, it's just a habit. Yeah, I was very into Minecraft, like, role-playing with my sister, and also writing stories, which is what this is. This is a book from about 2016, and I made a video before called Assassination of the Park, which, is basically me going to this place and killing a bunch of characters. And you're probably like, what enough, like, what? Basically, context is in this book because I wrote down some stories from that. Basically, it is a Minecraft world. I did role-playing with my sister, I wrote down stories, I made comics, I made so much shit about it as well. I probably should beat that because I don't know, my parents might be watching this. Anyway, yeah, so I just thought I would read this book that I wrote when I was about 9 or 10. I'm 16 now, so yeah. But yeah, I used to just write all the time. It was just my thing. Now I'm just, as you can probably tell, I am a musician now. So anyway, so I will be starting to read. So the world was called The Park, and I don't even know if I can find it because I've got all sorts of trash in this book, such as Harry Potter fanfictions and romance stories, apparently. The Park one. We will start here. It is called The Park One. Start off. You probably cannot read any of that. It is one page, and then there's a Harry Potter fanfiction after that. Anyway, so The Park One. Start off. Bugsy and Maggie had created a new world, the park. These were the names of the characters. I should shut up now. They built a house with a sign on it saying Bugsy and Mag Girl. But the most interesting feature of this house was an underground room. Bugsy and Maggie had built it to store items like weapons, building items, and valuables. One night, they went outside and fought as many monsters as possible. Soon they came in with loads of monster loot. Next day, a village was discovered, so Maggie and Bugsy did some trading there and brought home lots of emeralds. Soon 2 other girls appeared, named Sophie and Titania. We got started off strong with a 1-page story. I guess these were sort of supposed to be like episodes. Like, I did a lot of that as a kid. Like, I have a lot of stories. Like, I mean, if this video does well, I may read out more of them. I may even read out my Little Pony comics. Yay! Alright, so we got our characters. We got Bugsy and Mag Girl, or Maggie, who were the main characters. And then we also have 2 mysterious girls that appeared, called Sophie and Titania. Anyway, I will now skip to the next page. The next installment of this amazing thing is called The Park 2 Michael. Michael was my character's love interest. Bugsy was crying in the secret base. Mag Girl came in the room. I know you're sad about Bertha, but they are building more houses, she said sadly. Wait, they? Bugsy cried. Well, the villagers. There is a hot boy named Michael. And, yeah, I was 9-year-old me talking there. Where am I up to? Can I see him? Bugsy asked. Yeah, he's the boy with Sophie and Titania. We never, like, properly introduced who these characters are. They kind of just appeared, and then I just didn't explain who Sophie and Titania are. Yeah. Maggie replied. Bugsy and Maggie, or Mag Girl, I don't know, they're the same person apparently, came out the house. There were houses in a line next to the theirs. He's here, Maggie cried, leading Bugsy to a man with Z girls. I think that's supposed to be 2. 1. Sophie with blonde hair, and Titania with really dark blue hair. God, I'm not very good at punctuating this. Hey, Dad, it's those ladies I told you about, Sophie gasped. I want Bugsy to be our mum, Titania yelled excitedly. But Michael just stared at Bugsy, who stared back. We got some romance going on here, guys. I'm going to leave you to it, Mag Girl smiled and began chatting with a girl with pink hair. The most just random characters here. We got... Okay. Sophie, Titania, Michael smiled. Can you go and gather wheat for us? Again, this was a Minecraft fanfiction, so... Okay, Daddy, Sophie shouted. Come to my house, Michael cried happily. Don't call me Bugs, Bugsy moaned. One thing about me when I was 10, I was like... I was trying to be like an awesome writer. That's all I wanted to do. So I just... you know, decided to never use the word said. Like, I just use the most random things as replacement. I was like, said's too boring. I'm gonna replace it with all these cool words like moaned and cried. But just the most random words. So, yeah. But now we got introduced to Michael, the love interest. As well as, that's it. The chat. Michael led Bugsy to a house next to Bugsy's. We are neighbors, Bugsy smiled as they came to a table in the middle of the tiny house. Sophie and Titania are not my kids. But it's been about 2 years since I've read this. I just randomly discovered this notebook. So I'm gonna laugh at some of this because I don't expect it. Like, I know basically what happens, but like... a lot of stuff I don't remember. Anyway, one morning they arrived on my doorstep. There was a note wanting me to care for them and find a mum. So, Bugsy started. Yes, you are now the mum. Michael finished. It's just like, okay, I finally found a woman. Oh my god, it's a woman. Let's force her to be the mother of these children that I have for some reason. That were left on my doorstep. Anyway. Yippee! Bugsy cried, not fazed at all by the fact that she was being forced to be a parent. I think she was, like, canonically 24 in this. So, like, you know, thank God she was, like, not a child. But, you know. Don't tell them until they've had a year with you, Michael continued. Why? I don't know. How old are they? Bugsy asked. Sophie is 10 and Titania is 16, almost 17, Michael replied. Oh yeah, that one was called The Chat, by the way. That was the next installment in the story. I may just, like, not say the titles just because I can't be bothered. And this video is already 10 minutes long. Well, my recording is. Anyway, the next one, Nobby, part 4, Nobby. Dad, 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 Titania cried excitedly. Titania, Michael cried. I don't know how this is pronounced. Titania, I don't know. Titania, Michael cried to calm down his daughter. It's gross, Sophie said in disgust. Girls first, Titania screamed. This is your mum, Michael screamed. I thought they weren't going to tell him for like a year. I don't know. Anyway. Cool, but I have a boyfriend. What? I kissed him. Who is he, or what is his name, Bugsy asked. He's called Nobby. That name was created by my sister. Titania screamed. He's called Nobby! I can't scream. Can we see him? Michael said grumpily. Titania led them to a homeless boy. Oh god, I love I'm gonna have to, like, share one of my other stories about these dinosaurs. Like, I had the funniest fucking I can't speak metaphors. Bonjour, are you Annie's Amelie? The boy cried. I tried to make him French, but, like... So I just tried putting, like, an accent in with the spelling. So I just spelled, like, R, the letter R, then 2 O's, then A-N-I-A for Titania. Like, I don't really know how accents worked. English, please, Bugsy moaned. Sorry, I do not speak English very well. I am from France. This is how it's spelled, by the way. Dobby, the boy explained. Nine Num. I did not know how French accents worked. Nine Num is trying to get a job. We are very poor, he said, pointing at a woman wandering around. She is very good at making golden apples, he continued. What a lovely speech, Michael said sarcastically. Be nice, Bugsy nudged. I don't know why I spelt that, like, nice like that, but no. Nudge Michael. Isn't he awesome? Titania cried. The Park 5, new house and new friend. Since their houses were too small, Sophie, Titania, Michael, and Bugsy decided to build new houses. Actually, we want to stay in our old house, Dad, Sophie realized one day. Michael stayed in the same house while Bugsy built her own house. Michael was right opposite her. Both their houses were 2 stories high. Suddenly, a girl appeared. Hi, I am Ellie, or Princess Ellie, she introduced herself. Oh, you're a princess. Hi, Bugsy cried. Not fazed at all in the presence of royalty. No, I am. I just like being called princess, that's all, Ellie stammered. Okay, then. After that, Ellie built her house a little away from Bugsy and Michael. Later that day, Ellie came to Bugsy's house for a play. Again, these were both, like, canonically adults, I'm pretty sure. Downstairs, there was a large living room, kitchen, and table. Upstairs was only 2 bedrooms, Ellie and Bugsy's. I don't know why Ellie gets her own room, but, you know, what about your man, Bugsy? By the way, the name Bugsy came from my cat. I had a cat skin that I just named myself Bugsy after my cat. Yeah, if you were wondering. Bugsy gave Ellie a cake and 2 bits of magenta wool. Thanks, Ellie smiled and went home. The most random gift you can ever get. Alright, the Park 6, the Robber. Yeah, again, these were all based on, like, events that happened in Minecraft. It's just me and my sister playing all these characters. My main one was Bugsy. My sister played pretty much everyone else. That night, Bugsy's dad came. Hey, Dad, come in. Bugsy yelled excitedly. I heard you had a boyfriend, Bugsy's dad, Matt, cried. So now he had the dad, he's canonically called Matt. No, he's nice. I know how you felt about Graham, Bertha's dad. We got some lore here. I think Bertha was mentioned before, I just glossed over it. Bugsy burst into tears. Calm down, Matt comforted. I gave stuff to my friend Ellie, a cake and magenta wool. She just randomly says that. Okay, then. Meanwhile, Ellie had placed her cake and magenta wool in a chest. Thanks, Bugsy, she muttered. Late in the night, Bugsy's dad crept out. That Ellie made my daughter kind, he muttered. He smashed some windows and stole the cake and magenta wool. Man, this guy's pretty chaotic. Then Matt went back to Bugsy's house, placing it in a chest. And the next day, Bugsy caught sight of Ellie crying. What's wrong? Bugsy cried. I found smashed windows and the stuff you gave me was gone, Ellie sobbed. Funny, Bugsy murmured. I found the same stuff in my chest. Bugsy handed the things to Ellie. Thanks, Ellie said happily. Amazing. Park 7, Bugsy's birthday. Bugsy, wake up! Ellie's happy voices floated down the hallway. I forgot you slept over, Bugsy woke up sleepily. It's your birthday, remember? Ellie cried. Oh yeah, Bugsy yawned. Knock, knock. Ah, someone's at the door, Bugsy yawned. I'll get it, Ellie said, brushing her blonde, silky hair. Ellie ran downstairs and opened the wooden doors. Is Bugsy awake? Michael asked as he carried a large box. Bugsy, come downstairs. Michael is here, Ellie yelled. Bugsy trampled downstairs. Knock, knock, knock. Madgirl opened the door, holding yet another box. Cool. I don't remember anything I just read. Anyway. Hey guys, Madgirl cheered. Then Sophie and Titania wandered in, holding more boxes. We're just waiting on my parents, Bugsy said sulkily. Sorry, we're just waiting on my parents, Bugsy said sulkily. Suddenly, Bugsy's mom and dad came, carrying a mountain of presents. Happy 24, Bugsy, Lilac, Bugsy's mom cheered. So yeah, Bugsy's canonically an adult in this. Yeah, I think what I remember is she has like kitty gifts, I think. Michael handed Bugsy his box. Bugsy opened the box to see Harry Potter 1 movie and book. Then Madgirl's, there was a gel pen set. Then her mum and dad's, there was a twister board, computer, a portrait of the beach, chocolate tin, Harry Potter 2, the book and movie, sketchbook and a writing journal. Thanks, Bugsy smiled. Sophie and Titania gave her a new dress. I left mine at home, Ellie smiled as she went outside. Minutes later, she came in holding a black cat with a white belly. She's wonderful, Bugsy burst into happy tears. I'm going to call her Mittens. Suddenly, Bugsy had got a litter box, food, trays, and toys for her beloved cat Mittens. Cool, we got pets now. I believe that there's only 5 more of these left. Alright. Days after the arrival of Mittens, Bugsy and Michael decided to earn money together. They started building a school. Not a boring one like the one in Kew Village. That's the name of the village that was spawned in our world. Bugsy murmured, placing the outline of the school. Soon all the walls were built. Let's do the classroom, Michael suggested. Soon 4 classrooms had been made. Grade 2, 3, and 4. Titania is going to high school of Park, Bugsy said solemnly. I used the most... Oh yeah, I said there, but like... most random words. Anyway, all they had to do was the roof and floor. The Ghost of Mittens is the next one. I think you can guess what happens in this one. Bugsy continued on the school. Mittens came over to her. Bugsy needed to rename some books on an anvil in Class 1. She placed it on the wall, but it fell, and she heard a cry. Damn, wouldn't have guessed that Mittens would have died by the title. Mittens' body was on the ground under the anvil? ? Mickle, who was working in Class 4, rushed in. Bugsy was sitting on the floor crying. We better build a grave, Michael cried. Oh, Bugsy sobbed. She put Mittens in a box and buried her. Ellie, Madgirl, Sophie, and Titania scattered around. Ellie held a box with loads of holes. Part 10. Smudgy. Ellie gave Bugsy the box. Bugsy opened it. A cat, white and grey patches, jumped out and purred against Bugsy's warm orange fur. Oh yeah, canonically Bugsy is just an orange anthropomorphic cat, yet she has pet cats, so I don't know. Honestly, this just makes no sense. Bugsy was human, but got cursed and turned into an orange human cat. I didn't know the word anthropomorphic, so I just said human cat. Smudgy, I am calling her Smudgy, Bugsy smiled after my other real-life cat, who was very fluffy. She went back to her wood and stone house, not looking back. Smudgy was well behaved. She was just like beloved Mittens. The Park 11, the Funland. I believe there is 2 more parts to this. Maybe 3. Dunno. Anyway, Bugsy woke up one morning to find the breeze floating in her open window. The birds tweeted happily together in a nearby tree. I think at the time I was learning about making a good story, sizzling start or something, just making good intros. I was just like put extra effort into this one. I'd better feed Smudge, Bugsy thought, so she hopped down her wooden stairs to find her cat sleeping on the sofa. I think I'll go to Michael's for breakfast, Bugsy muttered to herself. What about feeding your cat? She went outside and skipped about 3 blocks to Michael, and she knocked. No answer. Then Bugsy noticed a doorbell. She pressed it. A few blocks from the door, inside, there was a ladder. Michael he came down the ladder. This one's a long one. This is like the longest story. Hi, come in, Michael gasped. That I've got no food, so do you mind if I have a few bits of food? Bugsy wondered. Of course, just be quiet. Sophie and Titania are still asleep. I forgot about them. Hey, is that Mom? Titania's distant voices crept down the ladder. Yeah, she's here for a break. Michael answered defiantly. Why is he being defiant? Honestly, again, most random words were used. I was just like, oh my god, I am so cool. I'm using all these big words despite not knowing what they meant. Anyway, soon Titania climbed down the ladder, yawning. Come in, I made cake last night, Michael informed. Okay, thanks, Bugsy replied excitedly. Soon they had sat down, munching cake. Soon Sophie came down. You should have woke me, she said sharply. Soon Bugsy finished her cake and was heading home. Smudgy greeted her. Bugsy fed Smudgy some fish. Then they went to get more food on her way to Q Village. She saw some kids. I am so bored, a small boy cried. I wish there was a theme park, a girl with pigtails wished. Bugsy thought, yes, she'll build a funland. Soon Bugsy came home with lots of food. She started a funland gate. It was wooden with glass. Its floor was made of glass, but there was lava underneath it. Amazing. It was called the Funland, this chapter book thing, but yet there was nothing to do with the Funland, just a tiny bit of building on an entrance. Oh my god, this video is so long. I can talk to myself for ages. I should be a professional YouTuber because I talk to myself for hours at a time, sometimes even off camera. One sunny morning, the birds tweeted happily through the morning breeze. Bugsy awoke, looking out her window into the empty landscape. She got up. Oh, by the way, this one's called moving. She got up, but something made her build a new house. Bugsy went up to Michael's house. Sorry, I have to move, Bugsy lied. Oh, okay. Random. She headed to the other side of the town, ignoring Nobby. There are Zoe, Bugsy. Tears trickled down her face as she moved into a new home. Days later, she couldn't stand it. Bugsy went home. What's the point of that? It was the most pointless thing ever. She moves out. Like, she doesn't want to move out, but she's crying about it, and then she just goes home. Like, she wasn't, like, evicted or anything. She just... Whatever. Park 13. Michael's craziness. Towering high above Bugsy's house was a mysterious woolly mess. I think my sister was like 2 or 3 at the time, so she just created the most random woolly structure on her house. And she was the one playing Michael. Bugsy came outside and stared at the wool building on top of Michael's house. Meow, Smudgy hid from view. What is that? Ellie came into the view, staring at the mess. Hi, Michael came out of his house. Like it, eh? What is it? Bugsy asked. It's my, thing. Come inside, Michael replied. The 3 friends went inside. The end. And then we got another fan fiction. Well, no, this was a story about Halloween, which I will not be reading. Did I ever finish? Did I ever make a next part? Just gonna skip through. Oh, I did. The Path 14, My Bakery. And it says at the top, written in 2017. It was a hot, beautiful morning. The unfinished village of the park seemed to glow like nightlights, pretty in the morning breeze. I improved on my writing here. I'm now in 2017. I'm about I'll be about 9. No, wait, no. Yeah, it would be 9, I think. Yeah. Bugsy woke up with a jump. She cautiously stepped out of her bed and looked around her room. The purple carpet on the floor looked like sapphires. Very random comparison, but okay. The small cube TV looked so old-fashioned, even in the 2015 year. Yeah, this was based in 2015, apparently. Chests and shelves lay against the wall like people hiding from a vampire on the loose. I was like improving on my writing, but instead of using weird like description words, I just used the most random metaphors ever. Like, okay then, like vampire on the loose, like it's the most random thing. The glistening crystal window shone like the sun, leaving a small patch of light on its pretty carpet. It is time to build, Bugsy thought. 1 hour later, she constructed a bakery, and now we have visuals! Amazing! I was really an artist back then. She also built cute trees outside of it. Inside, she added cakes and bread and cookies. Delicious. Michael, Ellie, Magel, and Titania, Sophie was in school, came smiling and pointed at this beautiful restaurant of delicious food. And that is it. That is the end. There was none more written. I have like multiple fan fiction somewhere. But yeah, if you like my reading of this thing, then I have a lot more to read. This was from 2016, 2017-ish. Then I also have My Little Pony comics from about 2018-ish. Yeah, I have My Little Pony comics from about 2018, I think. I think I have more of these park stories, which has actual like visuals and like actual like stories and random stuff, and yeah, I will probably read those next if, you know, people like this video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video. This is so weird talking to a camera, like, but yeah, I will be, yeah, I will see ya. I don't know how to do an outro. Bye, I guess.